let's get into this. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, in the blue trunks, it's gonna be SC Shadow. In the top right, he's German, he's in the red trunks, and his name is Fruitcake. Alright. Looks like SC Shadow actually going to be going 6 expand on this map, which... Actually, both players? Both players going 6 expand on this map, which is a little bit unusual. Particularly just because with this super wide choke, obviously wolves are just a huge threat. They're such a pain to deal with on this map. And obviously, like, you want to get up to Dragon. Dragon tech on this map is going to be great. You can completely deny that base. You can harass here. And obviously the third base is going to be a pain to take. But I'm surprised neither player going for wolves. And no one's scouting either. Everyone's with blood. Wow. That's an interesting choice of strategies there. Both players playing very, very greedy indeed. We'll see how that works out for them later in the tournament. SC Shadow is now going to go and scout his opponent. And he will now spot this. There we go. So he's going to spot the 6 expand. It's nearly completed. That's a very, very greedy scout. So he's just going to go harass his opponent a little bit, which is nice, but it's only little things. And it's going to be a house follow-up from Shadow. So obviously, if you both 6 expand and you scout it, you can afford to be a little bit greedy, grab the forge first, or even just rush into dragons. But neither player going for that. Going for the slightly safer follow-up, which is going to be 1 Rex off the back of this. And it's very popular to either go mass units off the back of this, or to go one barracks, 1 forge, 1 barracks in that order. Which is a nice sort of tech-heavy transition. I'm honestly surprised we're seeing the house rather than the Dragon Rush. Dragon Rush has been obviously incredibly popular lately. It obviously takes till about 6 minutes to really pop out, but it is a very, very strong timing push at the moment. I do apologise, I do have a little bit of snuffles. So, Fruitcake, a player we've not really seen much. I think he only actually joined up in the last couple of days to Little War Game. So SC Shadow, we've seen him around a bunch. He's hiding. What are you hiding, Shadow? It is going to be the forge in the back of the base. It's quite greedy. The house is either a missed part of his build or maybe just to throw his opponent off. But will his opponent see it? Nope, not going to scout it. We'll see the house and assume there's a barracks somewhere in the dark corners of his opponent's base. And in the meantime, Fruitcake actually going for a tower off the back of this. So he feels pretty threatened. He's not seen anything. He doesn't see the forge. He sees no barracks whatsoever in the space. But he sees the house, so he knows there's got to be something coming. And Shadow successfully thrown his opponent off guard, and will force out the extra 200 gold tower, which is nice for him. On the flip side, he doesn't know the tower's there, but he's going for the greedy forge, so it doesn't affect him too much. It's actually worked out really nicely in Shadow's favour. And Fruitcake's going to have to play pretty well to really sort of get through this mid game, but we'll see how it goes. And I realise I say that phrase a lot as the such is right. So Fruitcake now actually grabbing the barracks at the front of his base. He's going to try and transition into sort of actually fairly the same build from both these players. Maybe they've been training against each other, because it's actually really quite unusual. We're not used to seeing this, and normally it will be dragons. Sort of 6-minute dragon timing does tend to beat out most riflemen, and there's going to be +1 rifleman coming out of here for Shadow. Right. So +1 obviously because you want the attack bonus with the low sort of deep base damage of rifleman, whereas on soldiers obviously they've got a high base damage. So what you really want is going to be that attack. Not going to be the attack, going to be the armor versus rifle even. Pardon me. So Barry's about to finish up for Fruitcake here. He does have an opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't actually see the first person. And he sees the 2 barracks, but he still doesn't see this forge in the background. That's going to be pretty important. 2 racks into mages here at Fruitcake. That's a little bit unorthodox, but that's going to work out really well for him. As soon as these fireballs start landing in his opponent's army, that's going to get absolutely torn to pieces. But he does have possibly a little vulnerability while he's trying to get up to that stage. Are we going to see Shadow get the next upgrade? Or is he just going for a +1 timing? It's a little bit... He's not got enough units for the +1 timing. I'm assuming he's going to go for a second upgrade pretty shortly here. But the mage skill is nearly done. And I'm not sure he's going to hit early enough to really take advantage of these upgrades. The mage's guild is obviously... The mage energy obviously burns up, but it's a pretty potent choice. It is pretty potent. Those first few fireballs, and it's gonna be a fireball as this rifleman gets pushed back. He's in trouble now. Shadow's got to find a solution to this. He doesn't know that the fireball's coming. If we look, he's not scared inside the main base. He can't. He needs to get through this workshop to actually be able to see anything. So he doesn't know fireball's coming. It's about 2 minutes away, and there's mages already on the way out for Fruitcake here. So, obviously mages work slightly better in higher sort of unit count situations, but a couple of quick fireballs clean up the basic army, and you really can just push that into a steam run. So there we go, the first mage pops out on the top side, and he's going to try and keep that hidden for now. His barracks is being harassed, but that's not a big deal just yet. So, Shadow at the moment is just going to try and put some pressure on his opponent. Fruitcake doesn't have a solution to this. He's just trying to buy as much time as he possibly can, and then he'll be looking to sort of push out with these mages and hit pretty darn hard. But mages are also on the way out now for Shadow. Where is it? There's the mages guild, and that is going to be coming out. It's a little way off, so the mages are going to come out a lot later, but now he sees it. Here we go. He's going to see the mage at the back there. He's going to see that energy's been building up for a little while. So he knows the tech's got to be almost done. And he sees actually a fair few mages. He's going to lose a few units on the left hand side, which is not what you want. But Fireball's about 20 seconds away from completing. Fruitcake can't engage just yet. Here we go. He's going to back into a corner, which is a great position for soldiers. Sorry, wow. It's an alright position for soldiers. But here we go. Oh, the soldiers getting picked off one by one. Shadow. Oh, Fireball is done though. He got a nice engagement there and got some free units, and it is slowly starting to pressure through his workshop on the right hand side, which I do believe Fruitcake can actually repair. But here we go. Fruitcake's going to try and engage now. He's only got a few units on the map, and these are some great splits already from Shadow, just trying to kite away these riflemen. Here come the mages. There's the first fireball, but it whiffs. It only catches 2 units, and the second fireball only catches 2 units. There's another 2 fireballs on the way though on these mages, but they're not going to do much. And Shadow actually in a really nice position. He's been setting himself up during this fight to now push on the right hand side. Grabbing a third base in the background now. I don't like this position for Fruitcake. I think he's in a lot of trouble right now. Actually, Shadow massively oversaturating this base by about 4 workers. He needs to transfer that. But here we go. He breaks through The workshop on the right hand side, as soldiers get on top of these mages, they're trying to find a good opportunity to cast Fireball. There we go, it lands on a few units, does pick a few off. And second Fireball will land, but these are lovely splits from Shadow right now. The final Fireball is going to land, clean up a few units, but it's not enough. He's going to march straight into the main base, and despite taking a lot of damage in that engagement, his splits were good enough, and the mages have all gone, well, apart from this one who's trying to make something work. Two more mages are going to pop out though, and he may actually land some fireballs here if Shadow's not careful. There we go, first one which only hits one rifleman. This is really not good for Fruitcake right now. He's going to try and hit with the second fireball. Here we go. He's trying to keep the other mage alive in the back there, trying to build up the energy on it, but there's nothing you really want to hit there. Oh, and Fruitcake whiffs it. Shadow in a great position. Most of his units are on pretty low health, but he's actually going to possibly get the Mages Guild. Is he going to get it? Here we go. The worker's desperately trying to repair. It's gone down to 5 health. Not quite. He might save it. He's going to try and focus fire it down now. It drops once again to about 10 health. Here we go, 3 health, and the Mages Guild goes down. That's massive. Fruitcake's only real tech in this game has gone down now. You're desperately trying to keep that alive. It's +1, +2 right now for Shadow, and he's already on his 3rd base. He's going to keep pressuring with the riflemen that are here, and more riflemen are coming around on the right hand side. I think he's trying to macro some more out, but they're not here just yet. But he's going to trade alright with these upgrades actually, even though he's outnumbered. And here comes the rest of the riflemen. One more is going to go down. The mage has no energy to really do anything. There we go, Shadow's in the main base now. The mage is trying to get a little bit of harassment done, but he knows he can't engage directly, he's just trying to buy time. And now Shadow's on the main worker line in the base. The workers are trying to get it, are going to try and pull and actually get a surround on this, which will be nice. Fruitcake possibly messing up his control a little bit. He's just got an attack move trying to deal with this, and the rifleman will get cleaned up here with the rifleman of Fruitcake, but they're going to trade pretty efficiently right now. He's going to take his opponent down to 17 workers, possibly. Oh, there we go, takes him down to 16, and then these will get cleared up, but he's got double his opponent's worker count right now, and the next set of riflemen are on the way. Going up to 4 barracks here, and he will be grabbing the next attack upgrade in just a second, taking him up to +2/+2. Oh, he's actually trading pretty badly right now. His upgrades are keeping him alive, but he's actually getting his riflemen cleaned up here in the main base, in the Datra base, sorry, that's not what you want. More riflemen are coming in from the back though, which is going to help. But the focus fire from Fruitcake's pretty good, 2 more riflemen pop out. And Shadow actually throwing away a little bit of his advantage right now. There we go, 2 more riflemen are going to come in, they're going to do alright, they're going to trade fairly well just with these extra upgrades. The extra upgrades kicking in shortly though, and I really wish that Shadow would have waited for this. Fruitcake actually holding on surprisingly well despite his upgrade deficit, but you can see how little damage these take per hit. And there we go, Shadow's next wave is going to come in, and this is going to seal the deal. The next armor upgrade is going to come in now, so that helps. Fruitcake says GG, and there we go. Shadow does take game 1. Alright, players just choose the second map right now. And then we will go into the second game. Let me just update the UI. Alright. There's Epicurus. I'm not actually sure who Epicurus is in ID. No idea. Alright, so Fruitcake's gonna go for Lava Bridge second. Marion wants to know. Okay, right. Alright, so it's gonna be Lava Bridge. We're just waiting for him to set up. And then we will go. Whoa. Let's not deafen everybody. Why is that so loud? That's deafening. There we go, that's not killing everybody. We're just waiting on Shadow right now. There we go. Alright, sounds like the players are nearly ready. Fruitcake's ready. Okay, Shadow's ready, the players are ready, let's go! Let's click this button. Alright, down in the bottom left hand corner. One game up and ready to go. It's gonna be SC Shadow. Up in the top right hand corner, one game down in this best of 3. Can he make it through to the semi-finals? It's gonna be Fruitcake. Fruitcake once again going to go for the same build, going to go for the 6 expand. Shadow as well actually, he's positioning himself to grab the 6 expand straight away. Now I understand it's a little bit more on Lava Bridge, there's slightly more narrow chokes, defendable main, but quite surprising that no one's really decided to try and sort of cheese each other out yet. Well, not cheese, but at least put any early pressure on. It's pretty standard in most of our tournaments actually to see that people put a lot of pressure on, grab wolves early, or at least try racks first. So, players just letting you know that they're not watching the stream, I swear. But it's fine, even if they were watching the stream, we do have a 2-minute delay set up, so no nonsense can happen, even if it was intended or not. So, we'll probably be seeing a fairly similar build out of both players. I'll be surprised if Fruitcake goes for the Mage Rush again. It was a very early set of mages. You normally don't grab those until your 2 racks are done. You'll normally go 2 racks mage or 3 racks mage, as opposed to sort of just rush it straight out, except in some sort of very niche builds. But I'm surprised if he doesn't mix it up. Shadow, on the other hand, is probably feeling pretty comfortable. I would not be surprised if he just decides, well, that worked, and I'll do it again. Yep, and there's the house. I'm just going to wall off the top of the ramp rather than natural, which I guess possibly just to hide tech later. So he's clearly feeling pretty confident just about having that natural choke safe. He's seen the expand of his opponent. He knows no aggression's going to be here for a couple of minutes yet, and didn't take fairly standard just sort of transition into the mid game. Now we might actually see someone punish this though. If Shadow does manage to breed out Fruitcake in this best of 3, then we might actually see someone take advantage. If we know that he doesn't sort of tower first, or not tower first but immediate tower, and we know that he's going 6 expand a lot, there's a good chance that I've got to say saying there's a good chance that someone will take advantage of that and will push really quite early when he's not ready for it. There we go. Scout's just going to get pushed out of the main base now. Got the information that it wanted. And we are going to see this really quick forge again. I'm very confused by this house in the build then. I've got to assume it's just so the opponent assumes there's some defense here, but otherwise it's a bit of a weird choice. Yeah, so here we go. His opponent's going to see the house. He's not going to get denied this time, he's going to get into the main base and he may scout this. I disagree with the choice of the house just to confuse your opponent. I think that, there we go, and you will actually see the forge. So this forge is going to be about 100 gold late. So with 10 workers, that's probably only about 10 seconds, but yeah, about 10 seconds. But he will confirm the entire build of his opponent here. And he's going for something pretty similar. He's going for the slightly safer racks to forge. So probably going to be a racks forge racks build. And his opponent going forward first into barracks. Slightly greedier, but with both people going 6 expand, he will be okay for now. And let's see, it is going to be armor this time. It's a fairly interesting choice. Possibly indicating that he's going to try and push with soldiers rather than rifle this time. But it may just be sort of a defensive opening to a +1/+1 build. And we will see soldier build. And oh, Fruitcake. It's gonna be the Mages Guild again. So that's actually very greedy, going for what? Mages Guild and upgrades all on 2 base. That like 4 minutes. I guess obviously Shadow's not going to be putting any aggression on just yet. His first unit's about to pop out. So there's no there's no push coming. But you're going to need quite a long time to get enough units out that is actually going to make up sort of to these buildings are beneficial. The forge is going to start +1 armor here, but that is behind the opponents. The Mage's Guild is going to be nice. So defensive fireballs will hold on for a little while, but again, I don't like what Fruitcake's done to set himself up here for the mid game. I think possibly once he starts facing tougher opponents, this build is not going to work out so well for him. And the soldier's going to try and deny the scout. He does get the deny there. Fruitcake not quite on top of his workers, and what was I saying? Shadow's got his soldiers now, so he could put on a little bit of aggression if he wanted, but he wouldn't get much damage. Fruitcake set up here with a nice wall at the front. It's going to be heal spell, so both players mixing it up a little bit here. It's going to be armor out of Fruitcake as well. So possibly going for a sort of mage soldier build, just for keeping those soldiers alive for absolutely ever. It was quite a popular build for a reason, but obviously dragons will pick that up fairly easily right now. There we go, third rank's going down. First upgrade is nearly complete, but the first two soldiers are going to go be aggressive on the map. More barracks going to support this. And there we go, the +1/+1 is probably actually going to finish when he gets up to about sort of 10 or so units. So he might actually hit a nice timing window. He's just got to be careful that he doesn't lose anything in the process. This initial poke can't really be committed too hard. Oh, but he might. He does see the mages, so he sees it's going to be a very similar build. He does catch them earlier this time. Obviously the mages have less mana, so they won't be able to cast quite so many spells just yet. The heal spell is going to be done in about 10 seconds, which is pretty nice. But Shadow's actually going to possibly get into the base here, where he might pick off a unit. Oh no, Fruitcake, you gotta pull that soldier back. Oh, he tries to, but the second soldier blocks it in. Shadow now inside the base, he's gonna try and pick off this soldier at the front. Fruitcake's mages are in trouble. And, oh, Fruitcake does now get the heal spell out, so we'll be able to save that soldier for a second. Oh, but misclicks, and that's the heal on one of Shadow's soldiers. Fruitcake's lowest mana mage is gonna possibly go down at the back here. He's getting chased into the corner. The workers are being pulled to try and deal with this, but they're not sort of walking to the gold mine. One mage will go down. Two mages are going to hold in the back here, but Shadow's trying to do as much damage as he can. This soldier over here is going to live forever, though, with these heals coming along. And it's going to be +1 armor versus +1 armor. +1 attack is about to kick in for Shadow. So with these extra 2 riflemen coming in, he might get some damage done. Oh, but the 2 soldiers come in and they'll pick this up. The soldiers are going to get cleaned up in the mid base. Shadow does pick off one more soldier, that's pretty nice. And he might get another few workers. Yep, there we go. We'll take his opponent down to AC. So a little bit will help. And we'll just zoom back in on this fight on the left hand side, where Fruitcake is not really ready to do much. These riflemen are going to kite soldiers around all day long. And all in all, fairly good push for Shadow here. I think he made the mistake of not quite waiting for that +1 attack. +1/+1 would have been a great opportunity to go in. But he did burn up a lot of the seal energy, and he's going to go back in with Rifle in just a second. But +1/+1 now for Fruitcake's going to finish off. And look at this production right now. 4 Riflemen at a time, stream across the map, but he will actually transition back into Soldier in a second. There we go. The riflemen are trying to kite back. They're trying to get as much damage done as they can. The soldier is getting a lot of work done. It's actually going to get a few kills here at the front, and the heal is keeping it alive. But the mages are all burnt out of energy right now. Oh, no, not quite. A little bit left. Heal spell does, of course, then take a tiny amount of energy compared to Flame Strike. I think it's about half. But Fruitcake's going to try and retreat now. And this house will go down to the front. It's a little bit annoying and is going to provide an opportunity for the soldiers of Fruitcake that are on the way. There we go. But the third base is being taken now. It looks like, yeah, Shadow once again oversaturating his natural base to about 26. And then he'll transfer those to his third for a really quick saturation of that base. Really nice strategy out of him. The workers might actually get us around here. There we go, they will. Oh, they almost pin the rifleman against the wall, which is pretty nice. One rifleman's going to go down at the top here. But the workers once again having to retreat. Fruitcake's trying to land some heal spells, but he's just not got enough left to heal. The soldiers are all dying. There we go, Shadow's going to start kiting back once again. This soldier tries to engage, but it's really not doing much. Here we go. The workers are being pulled to try and deal with this. Fruitcake dropping down to 16 workers versus 26. And Shadow's possibly going to do it here. In we go. The worker gets pinned up against the wall. That one's going to go down. The mages are backing off, trying to get as much energy as they possibly can. The opponent dropping down to 15 workers. Only 26 supply right now. The riflemen are going to come in. One more soldier gets picked off as soon as it spawns. There's nothing the mages can do. They've got no one to heal. This rifleman's going to get pinned up against the wall. That one's going to go down. He's not mining from his natural base right now. He does have 3 more riflemen that pop out, which is going to hold him on for a little bit longer. But he's behind in upgrades. And he's not going to live for long. He's actually got a third of his opponent's workers now. The riflemen are going to keep pushing in. Here we go. Fruitcake is now down to his final breath, gasping for air in this game. There we go, the barracks goes down. He's down only to 3 barracks now. The soldier is going to start chasing these mages. One more mage gets pinned up against the wall, and the riflemen are going to clear that one up. Second mage goes down, and looks like Shadow's just going to tear apart these barracks with nothing really that Fruitcake can do. He's going to try and resist a little bit here on this ramp, going to make use of the high ground vision. But now the soldier reinforcement wave comes in, and that's not what Fruitcake wanted to see. They're going to now start pinning riflemen up against this ramp. There's nowhere for them to escape. One more rifleman. Oh, there we. He does actually manage to get a clutch heal spell on that one. The barracks is going to go down behind it though, and this is all the manner of the mages going down. The main army now swings in. The soldiers have been holding the line all this time, as the main army just takes apart the production facilities of Fruitcake. One more rifleman's going to go down. The soldier's not quite prepared to chase down the second one, but the rifleman's going to come give him a little gift. There we go, that goes down. The mage is doing a lot of work right now. The long range on those is helping out. And a second forge and 2 more racks coming in behind this. Shadow wants absolutely no room for doubt that this is going to be his game. There we go. Fruitcake does actually say GG, and there we go. Shadow takes the series 2-0.